we have discovered that everyone was inflicted with some type of tumor. The weird thing about the tumor is it seemed to be made out of liquid light and was growing much faster, much faster than any tumor had a right to. And once this tumor took over seemingly at this point, once the tumor took over enough, the person seems to disintegrate into light. Side effects before this happening, though, involve coughing up blood, massive headaches, disorientation, hallucinations, audio and visuatory, and whatever caused this effect also managed to kill massive number of birds, livestock, etc. It seemingly came from space when a long-range telescope focused on a bright light of some sort in the sky. Oddly enough, when looking at that area again, they could not find it. They could not find anything. It was as if a piece of film had been overexposed. Other than light, it did transfer through electronic signals, so telephone lines and radio signals as such. Side effects, now that everyone's gone, is there's fragments. And that is the main purpose of the game, is to explore these fragments. They've also left recordings over the telephone line. I'm not sure exactly what those are about, but you pick up a phone, you can hear some of the last messages left on it. Not messages, broadcast. Radio systems seem to be broadcasting pieces from somebody's speech. Beyond that, we don't know anything. We don't even know who we, as the player, who we are. Okay, let's continue. This beautiful, thought-provoking game. Long load time. I probably should have pressed start long before. Okay. Oh, beautiful. It's that was the final memory of the person which is following, whose name I can't remember, as she fades into light. Beautiful night sky and a path illuminated by specks of light, little wisps. Now, as I remember, the start of this game started at either dusk or dawn. I thought it was dawn originally, because as I moved into the first area, it quickly became, sunlight. But as we can see here, it's currently nighttime. But as we reach the end of this path, how do I run again? That night sky is beautiful. So much of this game is beautiful. But yeah, as we approach this glowing light over here, the figment of the remains of a person. Frank. Look, it's suddenly daytime again. Don't worry, Frank. I'm coming. Oh, someone took the time to mark off those symbols. Those symbols were being left everywhere. Someone dropped a bucket of paint and it suddenly formed. The thing I find miraculous is that each chapter has its own soundtrack, each character. That with the fact that it suddenly becomes day the minute we start really interacting with them, we seem to believe that it's still night, that it was dusk at the beginning of the game. And we just kind of got sucked in to them, in a sense. Their memories. Their time in the light.
I messed up, Frank, but I'd done my time. They shouldn't keep on punishing me.
Some folk won't let go, Reese, and they've got nothing better to do than to poke their noses into other people's business. There's nothing you can do about it, son.
I'm doing a good job. I'm working hard. I swear, Mrs. Graves thinks I'll start nicking stuff if she turns up out for a second.
Liz is all right. She's one of the good ones.
Yeah, well, she's not exactly honest with her husband about what she gets up to.
None of that. You're angry about people judging you. Don't be so fast to judge others.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Keep your gob shut, your nose clean, and your head down. Do you think you can manage that?
Gob, nose, head. Got it.
And steer clear of that Rachel girl. If I've seen you two making eyes at each other, then so's her dad. And you don't want Sam Baker coming round after you. Now, pass me that socket spanner and we'll see if we can get this wheel back on.
I'm glad to see they got the wheel back on. As a side, one of the side effects of the light tumor was tiredness, from all the headaches and such. This actually led to a very interesting thing where things are just kind of left. Like, you don't see signs of panic, but you still see signs of life. Like, there's bottles in the bar and stuff like that. The one thing I found odd is that this seemed to have happened a while ago, but I walked into one bar earlier, and that bar had a cigarette, a lit cigarette. So that's interesting. Was the cigarette just the... Again, that kind of leads me to believe that maybe this is partially reconstructed by them.
Can you see the observatory from there?
That's over the ridge, just past the windmill. You want to live near the station in case you need a quick getaway?
Something like that. So you and Steven, I'm sensing there's not a lot of love lost there, huh?
That's between him, me, and the cows.
You're gonna have to explain that one for me.
It's nobody else's business. Look, you seem all right to me. You don't want to worry about that lot in the village.
Provided I'm left alone, I'm happy. Stephen's the one who likes to be at the center of things.
No change there, then.
Francis Appleton. You are a bad man. No wonder your sister won't talk to you.
Sorry, I just love those things disappearing. Soul Lover's Rock of some type. Partially burnt cigarettes. Where'd Frank go? Oh, Frank's down that way, so I'm gonna go check out this house. So beautiful. Oh, that's probably... House first. Oh, there's a phone. Let's go find the phone. Oh no, that's the radio. Let's go find the radio.
The radio telescope in Tower 6 is burned out. The background radiation coming in from the Penrose region is off the scale. It's like mathematics is bending along with the light. Everything is bathed in a strange glow. My face is still numb from the burn.
Whoa, so apparently she got such a blast of light that it burnt her face? Oh, those whispers. Someone really liked working on cars. I didn't like doing dishes. Long enough for flies to set in.
How's your sister, Frank?
We've not spoken since the funeral.
Ah, I see. Well, listen, I did rather wonder if you might do me a bit of a favor and check in on her, see if she's all right.
Dr. Wade, if they dropped the bomb, there'd be no left but cockroaches and Wendy Boyles.
It's a bit odd, really. There's an old chap, John Coles, regular visitor at Lakeside, went walkabout sometime last night. Now it appears Mrs. Boughton has done the same.
Enid? Well, that'd be clever. They amputated her leg last spring.
Yes, that's the thing. I've also got a surgery full of people with nosebleeds and headaches. The council are saying influenza, but I've been practicing for 35 years and I'm not convinced. I just wondered if you might pop by and see her.
Even if I did, do you really think she'd let me in?
Fine. Forget it. I'll see her. Leave it to me. Oh, and Frank, call the hospital. and get them to collect all this stuff. It's been 8 months.
Hey, Frank. I see you. Don't worry. Oh, did I break you, Frank? I think I broke him.
Bloody England.
Oh.
Now just stop the train, stop people travelling about the place. I don't like it, Frank. I don't like it at all.
Well, nobody likes it. No sense sweating cops over it.
Folk all riled about it, giving me grief. I didn't stop the bloody trains, did I? And did they give me any warning? No, they bloody didn't. Yesterday, it's all like keep 'em calm, Howard, minor disruptions, and today it's all government edicts and not until further notice, and you'll manage. Half the village has vanished.
It's a couple of people. It's hardly half the village.
Oh, right now. You forget I've seen things. I was in the Falklands. I tell you, I got out the old air raid siren to test it this morning.
Air raid siren. What on earth are you going to do with one of those?
I found it in the station storeroom. Took it home, stuck it under the bed. Thought it might be worth something one day. Oh, damn it.
It's all right. It's just a nosebleed. Here, use my Yankee. It's clean.
Thanks, right, thanks. Been like a bloody train all day.
What are some of the things you're whispering to me? Anyways, I'm going to backtrack now, apparently. Just got through the grain. Well, that's comforting. At least the grain moves away from me. Oh, look, a little farm back here. There's also certain spots that when you go near them, you can hear echoes. Usually places where there's a lot of people. Like I went to one place that looked like a makeshift soccer slash football arena. Or field, I should say. Just a field. And every once in a while, if you listen to carefully, you could hear cheering. In the park, you could hear kids. Cars just stopped working at one point.
Breaker 9, call in on 9. This is Lost Cowboy looking for anyone out there. Hello? Breaker 19. Breaker Travel in Sherlock. Charlie, you out there? Over. Hello?
My family, my wife and kids. You know perfectly well what you've got to do. I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant. My own family. Damn it, don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff.
No.
Don't you lecture me about
No.
sacrifice, you
Stupid bastard!
If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it. Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
That's right. One of the doctors that was working on this one's happened at the telescope. They came to the decision that the best thing to do was to bomb the place. They tried quarantining. It adapted. Started going over airwaves. So he decided the best thing to do would be to blow him up. The one map was marked.
Under the microscope, you could see how the light was following the cellular structure of its wings. The neural simplicity of the insects seems to prevent a full-blown infestation, so there's none of the hemorrhaging I'm seeing in the birds. But Stephen's wrong. This isn't an attack. It's a byproduct of the attempt to communicate. It's getting smarter. It's learning as it adapts. I'm confident of a breakthrough soon.
Okay, now what's for a choice? Let's take the public footpath. We'll go back to the road later. That's where Frank seems to be hanging out. And he wanted us to go here first. I did the first thing for the first person we followed. I went a different way and broke him. I really should just start following him. I got a feeling this will loop around in the long run.
It just seems a bit odd, that's all. She's just over the hill. Why can't we go and collect her?
You heard the radio. Try to minimize contact with different groups of people. Might be spreading that way. Besides, Father Jeremy told me that Lizzie Graves said they're all fine. They're still planning on putting on their show.
So how does Father Jeremy know what's going on at the camp if we're all supposed to be staying at home?
A special dispensation for the clergy or something. I'm sure Rachel will be all right. She seems to live at the camp these days anyway.
She's 16, Sam. It's going to happen. I was pregnant when I was 17.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm worried about what Rachel gets up to. Come on, give me that other case. We'll still be here at midnight if we don't get a bloody move on.
Can't understand why the car wouldn't start. We'll have to get someone out to take a look at it.
It's interesting because every once in a while we see basically people that are that go beyond chapters, like Dr. Wade, and those two have been appearing in a couple of chapters. But yeah, they're trying to get out. I'm not sure if it's after or before the quarantine, but they are trying to escape.
Thank you. Well, for the last 20 years as a semi-professional, yes, I suppose you could call it that. Well, we run a club here. A mix of hobby stargazers and more serious scientists. They sometimes let us use the observatory telescopes, but normally it's just a back garden sort of thing. Well, no, that's the thing. It's not like you need the Jodrell Bank to see it. There's just too many of them. Of course I'm serious. Go outside and count them. It's Orion, for God's sake. It's not difficult to find. Well, you tell me how many bloody stars are supposed to be on the belt, then.
One half of a conversation, but Orion's belt had too many stars? I remember... Okay. Oh. That's quite the backtrack. So I'm actually in an area from near the beginning of the second chapter. So I'm just going to go back down that path now. Wait, that means someone broke this quarantine. That gate was locked before. Interesting. I mean, this one also. Yeah. Someone broke the locks and entered the quarantine area. It's interesting. And if I go back, is the light going to shift around again? That's my biggest question. Nope, there it goes. So yeah, it's got to be the middle of the night. And that sun isn't real. At least not in the sense of it's not the sun. Where's this? This is the first chapter. God, things still swing. I remember trying to take this path too. This was locked. Okay. Well, let's get back to the main area. Let's see where this one leads to.
You knew?
Wade called me in about 6 weeks after. Once he thought I could cope with knowing. Can I ever repay you for what you did?
She was a good woman, Frank.
The best.
You should come back to church. Back to the community you're missed.
I hate him, Father. I can't get down on my knees and pretend otherwise. And I don't understand why you don't hate him too.
I try my hardest not to, Frank. Goes against the job description somewhat. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. We have to trust him, even when his methods are hidden from view. Maybe see you on Sunday.
So what that was regarding was Frank's wife died, and there was some implication through some of the other flashbacks that Father Jeremy had something to do with it. I think I may have just skipped a ton of area. I'm going to go back for now. See if it leads me back here. If it doesn't, I'll just make a really long run back here. Well, fike. Well, so much for that.
God's sake, stop!
Keep back, you bastard. I know what you've done.
Where's Lizzie? Where is she? I've got to find her.
You stay away. Someone's got to warn them. Someone's got to stop it.
You can't stop it. You have to understand. You hate me, I get that. But if we don't do this, it's not just the valley, it's everything, Frank. It's all gone.
You're talking bollocks.
You can't stop it! Jesus!
You take one step closer, I'll bash your bloody skull in, I swear to God.
All right, I'm going. But if you see Lizzie, tell her to get out. There's still time. Please, Frank. For her, not me.
If you're that bloody caring, you can save her yourself.
Don't you get it? I have to stay. Someone has to be here to confirm that everyone is dead.
Do you have some way of surviving the bomb out? Huh. Unless I can get back to the path there.
I hung up on Stephen. He doesn't understand. Even if he were here to experience it directly, I'm still not sure he would. There has to be a way of consolidating. Of offering reciprocal amplification to the signal.
Okay, Frank, you just stay there. I'll keep exploring. Sorry I broke you, Frank. I'm sorry. Okay, what's up here?
Miss Graham.
Morning, Frank.
You look a little out of breath. What's up?
Bloody observatory gates have failed. I came to see if I could borrow a ladder.
Bloody hell, there's a 12-foot drop the other side of that wall.
I'm old, but I'm not useless. No. Can I borrow the ladder?
No one said you were useless. Reese?
Hi, Frank.
Fetch Graham the ladder, will you, lad? It's round the side of the barn.
Will do.
And you be careful. I don't want Stephen Appleton coming mithering round here because you've broken your neck.
So the ladder's gone. But I remember seeing it at the observatory. Whoa. Did Frank move? No, Frank's still there. What the f*** in that barn? Yeah, I'm curious, but I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna walk away. That was a random load of garbage.
You never mentioned anything about them sickening yesterday.
I checked them last night on the way back, and they were fine. I woke up this morning and the whole lot had gone. Tell me, Charlie, have you heard any birds today?
Well, I've not really been paying any attention.
That sister of mine reckons they're dropping out the sky all round the region. And Dr. Wade reckons there's sick folk all over the village.
Meg said not to bother trying to get deliveries out. Said the quarantine in the whole valley. I reckon it's best we just sit it out. It'll all come right, Frank.
This'll all come right?
Yeah, right. I am sorry about your cows, Frank. But when things settle down, they'll see you all right. There's got to be provision for this sort of thing.
You want to listen to the radio more? Things don't seem like they're settling down at all. I tell you, Charlie, something big is happening.
Frank may not have understood it, but he knew. And in limited fashion. No way. I haven't reached the end of Frank's chapter yet. There's gotta be more.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Frank. That should get it out of the way. I don't know what happened. It just died on me.
Give it another go.
Oh, I only just put petrol in it as well. Robert's taken the other car into town. I wish he'd promised me that he'd be back this morning.
You think he's off on another bender?
Oh, I can't police him all the time, Frank. He's not a child.
What's going on, Lizzie?
Nothing.
You're seeing Stephen again, aren't you? You two can't keep pithering on like this. If Robert hasn't already worked it out, he soon will.
Oh, not if he carries on drinking the way he is. Pardon my French, but bloody shitting thing, why won't it start?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
Frank has quite the beautiful soundtrack.
Hey! I want a word with you!
Jesus, what the bloody hell are you doing?
What are you up to?
Get out of my way. This is important.
You've been with Lizzie. You mess with her, I'll knock your bloody block off,
I
son.
need to track the pattern. It's critical.
What are you talking about, Stephen? People are sick. Birds are dying. My cows are dead. Where's Kate?
Still up at the tower for all I know. I could recalibrate the radial coordinates on the primary oscillators. If that holds up...
Stephen, where's Kate? What's going on?
Just keep out of my way!
I'm glad I decided to actually come look at that trash. Okay. Just smaller areas, regardless. I mean, Jeremy took me a couple hours,
So we
and
managed to get the transfer to the observatory then?
Well, this Catherine woman must have swung it. Now he says they're getting married before they come back. It's typical. Why can't he just wait till he's home?
Are you gonna go?
Goodness knows. It'll be full of her people. I expect they do things differently.
You wanna come in for a cup of tea?
Oh, I don't think so.
For Christ's sake, woman, it's been 8 months. Won't you just come in and talk?
Well, you didn't want to talk when Mary was still alive. You and Charlie Tate out drowning your sorrows when you should have been at home nursing your wife.
You can be a nasty old bird, Wendy Boyles.
Frank Appleton, you come back here and say that again. Our mother always said you were a bad egg. You'll come a cropper, you mark my words.
yep. Wendy, chapter 2. She really was a piece of work. That's the cows up there. This car.
Got the telescope up and running again, but the pattern has burnt itself onto the lens. It's soaking up light and radiation, but not routing it anywhere, so I can only guess that it's using it as an energy source in its attempts to communicate. It needs more power. I wonder if I could boost the reception by using multiple towers.
Like I said, he was working on the air horn. And here's the big bad one. Duh. Okay. I want to quickly check to see if there's anything close by. Oh. That's unexpected. I feel like this will be the path to the next area, so I'm not going to go down it yet. I'm really interested in what he's going to become. There is just a huge implication there. What that is that the last memories shown for the first two, for Wendy and Jeremy, they were the height of emotion. I'm not sure what that emotion was, though. Jeremy was praying, and he felt something answer. Wendy saw the planes fly by, and that gave her... Oh, dead bird. That gave her relief? Pain? These shadows just like something from some old wartime thing. Whoa. There's two. I definitely skipped a bit. I'm gonna go back to... Oopsies. I'm gonna go finish off Frank here. There's two. A mother and child? A father and child? Well, a parent and child, I should say. This game needs a let me run like the wind button.
My name is Frank Jacob Appleton. And if you're listening to this, then maybe Stephen was right. And by sending the planes, he stopped it all getting worse. It's a beautiful morning. I wasn't there when Mary died. I was too scared. So I went to the pub instead. What will be, Frank, she said. And I just want you to face it with me. And I didn't. But I will now. I will face it with you now, Mary. They're coming.
Bits of despair seems to be the common thing of why they died. Or maybe just acceptance. They accepted it and let it happen. They stopped fighting. Okay, so there we go. That is the end of chapter 3, Frank. I'm just basically providing this little space for me as a stop point for editing purposes. Anyways, on to chapter 4. Oh god, don't get turned around. Lizzie. Hey Lizzie. It's time I get to hear your story.
Rachel? Hey, what on earth's going on? It's been awful. The thunder and the lightning and all the power went out and everyone was in the hall, so I told them all to stay put. And then Sean Davis said he was going to be told what to do by a stupid bloody girl and went out for a cigarette. And then didn't come back. And then Di, she went out after him and she didn't come back either.
Where's Dylan? Is he with Sean and Di?
No, I've been looking after him. Do you think they'll come back?
I don't know, Rachel.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I just know if he was my baby, I could never leave him. Even at first.
You'd be a good mum, Rachel. But don't worry. It's fine. Go back inside and tell everyone that they're doing a great job. A really wonderful job. I just got a few things to finish up here, and then I'll come in and join you. Right. Go on.
The lines, weren't you listening to the radio? Because of the flu.
There is no flu, Lizzie.
Oh, Christ, Stephen, I'm not stupid. Of course there's no flu. But the stations are still closed.
There's an access footpath that runs alongside the main tunnel. You can get out that way. They won't have thought of it.
You know what's going on, don't you?
You can't use the phone anymore.
What, like you're not using one right now?
Funny. Listen. Just don't use the phone after this. No TV or radio either. It can hide in the signal.
You make it sound like it's alive.
I don't think we have a word for what it is. Just promise me. Don't tell anyone. Pack quietly. Meet me at the station tomorrow, all right?
I feel awful lying and leaving all these people here.
It was a brilliant idea about the show. Top marks for that, you clever thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Now it's just down and out. Raining. Still sunny though. Let's see, which way did you go? They're over there. Whoa, hey, Lizzie. Oops, I think I almost broke her again. Okay, we'll just follow where she leads us.
Boy, Shipley, I want to work with you.
What?
Get over here, soft lad, and keep your voice down. Do you know who I am?
Yeah? You work for Meg Holloway?
Charlie Tate. You can call me Charlie.
What's this about, Charlie?
Rachel Baker.
What about her?
Oh, come on, son. I wasn't born yesterday. Are you looking to get your head kicked in?
She's 16. She's not a kid.
You try telling her dad that. He'll bloody kill you.
I love her, though. You can't stop love.
I'm not telling you to stop anything. Just be careful, that's all.
Mud tracks like it's always been raining.
Don't touch it. It's fine.
It's like a sunburn, but it's a funny shape. Is it sore?
I can't feel it at all. Don't fuss over it.
I can't believe that you left Kate there. Why won't you tell me what happened?
She's probably not even noticed I've gone. It's really nothing.
You're lying. Don't lie to me.
Fine. We had a row. She'll work all night anyway.
Stephen, listen to me. Was there an accident? Is that how your face got burnt?
It's nothing. Something, I don't know. Just got a bit shaken up and then we fought. She wanted to stay and collect more data.
Was she burnt as well? Is everything all right?
Jesus, Liz, you sleeping with me or her? She's fine, we're both fine. I don't want to talk about her.
I just worry.
Well, don't. Go to bed.
I don't even care that he was screwing her. What made me angry was that he treated me like I was too stupid to notice. I dream through the light storm and see the pattern dancing on his skin as he burns. I wake up with eyes full of liquid light. I'm going to concentrate all 5 remaining towers on the same point in the sky. If it is establishing conduits for communication, that should create a jump in bandwidth.
Hey, it's just been on the radio that they're closing the roads. Something about the flu?
No one here has flu, Sean. There's no flu here. I overheard Mrs. Graves, and she said another family up and left. She said they must have left last night, but their car and all their stuff's still here.
Screw this day. There's 15 people up and left in 2 days. I don't like it. Where's the baby?
Asleep in a caravan. Sean, I don't want to sit around here waiting for it to get worse. I reckon if we leave now, we can get out to the valley before they get their acts together and close the roads.
You think so?
Yeah, we can go the back roads, through the woods. I'll leave some money on the side for Mrs. Graves. You know her husband isn't back yet either.
He's a boozer, right? That's what I've heard. That's your problem anyway.
Don't be unkind, Sean.
Come on, let's go and get Dylan.
I think it was instant. I know that's no help.
Can you leave me alone?
There was nothing we could do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, man.
You've woken the baby. Just leave me alone.
Rachel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't kill Tommy, they killed Olive.
And you found it like this?
Yeah? I got into the habit of checking in first thing in the morning just to make sure he's had his pills.
Mr. Coles is not a well man, Elizabeth. It's entirely possible he upped and wandered off. If things progressed, the mind can be a fragile thing, you know?
It's just not very like him, that's all I'm saying, Doctor. He never misses the mid-morning bingo.
He didn't smoke, did he?
Not that I knew of.
There's a funny... It's like ash.
Well, that is odd. Reese cleaned in here yesterday afternoon. I'll have to have a word.
It's not like cigarette ash. Strange.
Dr. Wade has just got a phone call. We needed back at the village. Apparently Mrs. Barton has disappeared.
Ash? So they didn't just fade into light, they burnt up. That's... Well, what else is a body going to do when it becomes overfull, flowing with blinding light?
Hi, this is Kate Collins and Stephen Appleton. Leave a message.
Stephen, it's me. I'm leaving. I've waited as long as I can. If you are there to meet me, I'm leaving for the station now, but I am going anyway, whether you're there or not. But I love you. Please be there. I love you.
Just look at that. People are gone, but that cigarette doesn't look any more than... Wait a minute, it's not burning. It's light. Is the smoke just an illusion? Those candles had a similar effect. They didn't burn, they just turned the light. Huh. Odd that they'd let me in and nothing be in here. What's back here? What's back here?
This is a public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
I do love that sound. The sound I missed. So that's an interesting clue.
We're not even really talking at the moment, if I'm honest with you. I've been sleeping in one of the empty chalets. Otherwise, we just sit there in silence. And then he goes off and pretends he's not drinking from one of his secret little stashes. And I pretend I ain't noticed, and then when we go to bed, it's all I can do not to scream. I don't know why we're still together. Except I do. I still love him.
You remind me of Mary when she was your age. If we'd had a daughter, I'd have been proud if she turned out like you.
You don't have to say that.
Just talk to Robert. Tell him you know he's drinking again. You two can work it out together. I know you can.
I wish I had your face. I just don't want to be the person who stayed because they were afraid to move. I know you can't dwell on the past. I know that, but sometimes you do just think, don't you? What if the accident hadn't happened? I could have been anywhere right now, rather than stuck here, rehearsing Peter bloody Pan and fixing tumble dryers for the umpteenth time. Oh, Frank, you are an angel.
Don't be daft. You're still young, Lizzie. You got plenty of time to be whoever you want to be. Just don't keep using that leg of yours, or that husband, as an excuse.
So Lizzie had a bummed knee.
I tried to leave the observatory, but couldn't. I stood at the gates, but couldn't conceive of a world outside. The strangest feeling. As if the valley, Stephen, everything was simply irrelevant. An idea of something, not as something itself. I'm losing track of time. Of whether I'm asleep or awake. My fingers have gone numb at the tips. It's like they still feel. But what they feel is no longer for me. Like the signal has been hijacked.
Wow, okay. Memory of light flicking out.
It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You ever seen anything like it? They must be well happy at the observatory place. They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss. It is. Right. That's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate. Night.
Some of these fragments just seem completely random. Pointless. There's gotta be something, though. See, look at that.
Smoking, you know, not in your condition.
Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
I'm not going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
That's what Stephen said. He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Oh, he's clever. You gotta give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him. So I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things. Hey, did you see that?
Fuck, what did they see? Am I going to get to see the event? But no, the event happened first.
This is a public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
Di, whatever's wrong? You look terrible.
Mrs. Graves.
Sean's baby Dylan's he alright?
He's fine. Di, come on.
It's okay. Let's get you a cup of tea.
Mrs. Graves, I need to tell you.
Leave it, Di.
You try and get out of the valley, all the roads are shut there.
I know, I was driving really fast, but the other car was on the wrong side of the road and... Oh, God, I think
Di, for fuck's sake, leave it.
It's alright. Hey, you're alright. Sean's alright, baby Dylan's alright. That is what matters. Everyone's alright.
But...
No. Now I need your help. Some of the children, they're getting quite frightened. So Rachel and I, we decided to push forward the show, keep them occupied. You said the other night you play piano. Can you help with that?
Yes, I suppose so, but Mr. Graves, Rob...
Can look after himself. He's a big boy now. Don't worry. Just head to the hall and find Rachel. She'll tell you what needs practicing.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Graves.
Yeah, Sean. Go and find Reese, please, see if he needs some help.
Yeah, of course.
Go on.
Oh, Robert.
We found his car earlier. He swerved into the river. Tree smashed through the window. I don't think it impaled him, but he was stuck.
All 5 towers are now operating together, and I've got the reception up to the red zone, but it's not enough. I'm going to try and route the signal through Tower 6 to create a singular point of reception and re-coordinate the optical array, which should, in theory, focus a signal spike on the point of origin. If I conceptualize this origin point as a 7th tower, then it makes a kind of sense. Kind of. I think we're moving so far beyond everything I understand about physics. Anyway, it's gotta be worth a shot.
She's not in her office either.
Well, they live nearby, don't they?
Yeah, in the village.
You don't think she's gone to look for Mr. Graves, do you?
I think Lizzie knows Robert will turn up when he's sober. He'll be alright.
Do you want me to go and look for her?
No, it's okay. Come on, I promised the kids another shot at the last number, then I promised everyone a cup of tea.
You're very like her, you know. Like Lizzie.
Me? No, I'm not. First chance I get, I'm out of here.
So look at that, you can hear the kids playing.
Public service announcement from Hamilton District Council Emergency Measures. Road and railway systems are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of this.
Oh God, Stephen. What's happening to me?
Scoutmasters and members of the clergy will act as your representatives.
Well, that was an extreme message to hear.
It's Kate. Elizabeth? Lizzie. I've heard a lot about you. It's good, you know, you and him, it's not difficult or anything.
Should it be?
I'm sorry?
You said it wasn't difficult. I don't see why it would be difficult. You and Stephen were together a long time ago. He moved away. Certainly isn't difficult for me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, or...
I'm not offended. Listen, Elizabeth...
But Lizzie, please.
Lizzie. Right. You seem like an okay type of person. And I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. But let's try and be realistic here, huh? Let's, try and do our best. It's a British thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, I suppose it is. We'll do our best then.
Wow, okay, that actually was kind of an a-hole thing to say. Aren't you now, Lizzie?
I found another dead bird over at the swimming pool.
That's the fourth one this morning. Did you fish it out?
Yeah. Did you get a chance to think about that pain light?
Oh, I'm sorry, Reese. I've been a little bit busy. Oh, Rachel.
Sorry I'm late, Mrs. Graves. I was packing away the tennis things.
Did you check Mr. Cole's chalet again like I asked you to?
He's not back yet.
I haven't seen him either. Do you think he went into town? Maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
The Dentons were booked in for a 4:30 tennis session, but they didn't show up. So I went to their chalet. You know, they always take the one near the campfire, but they weren't there either. I think maybe they went into the village for a hoover bag and might have given Mr. Cole a lift.
A hoover bag? Why on earth would they do that?
Well, I think maybe Mrs. Denton was hoovering and the bag broke, so they had to get another one. Because there's this dust all over their chalet.
Is your hip giving you grief today?
Always gives me grief. And I managed for the last 10 years, so you're a little late for the knight in shining armor routine.
Suit yourself, I'm only trying to help.
God damn it, Stephen. I'm not some useless, sappy girl that you can just string along forever. Look around you. I made all of this. I built it on my own when everyone else had written me off as some poor little cripple.
You know that's not how I see you.
Well, you weren't there, were you? No. You'd given up on me long before the accident.
What do you want from me, Lizzie? I love you. I'll do anything.
Anything except okay? I thought not. I love you too, but sometimes I think you just say what you think everyone else wants to hear.
All holidaymakers to the main hall, please. All holidaymakers to the main hall. I'll be back, Lizzie. Don't worry. Dear, it's like someone's chopping a tree. Ah, it's just my feet scooping from one type of material to another. Oh. Yeah, I explored this area too. Or did I? I think I did. Pretty sure. Yeah, I did. Oh, hey, Lizzie came back. Sorry, Lizzie. I know you want to go. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I guess I got everything? I guess swore there's an area I didn't explore. Let's see where this balls out.
You're sure no one saw you? Mrs. Graves?
I can hardly look her in the eyes. Are you sure we got enough money?
Yeah. Once we're in France, we can start working anyway.
My dad will bloody skin you.
We'll be in Spain and married by the time your dad knows we've gone.
They like to stick to you once you're to get to the end there. No, I haven't broken all three of them. Oh, that's what the little one is. She was pregnant. That must have been what Jeremy meant when he said it's not good in your condition. She must have been pregnant at the time.
Sleeping baby, darling child, clouds and starlight, starlight, starlight. When you wake, you will be mine. Starlight, sleep and love. Sleeping baby, shadow doves, clouds and starlight. Numbered starlight. When we're called to go, we must into starlight. Sleep and love.
See you sleep. You all right, kid?
I'll be alright. You should get some sleep, Charlie. You look exhausted.
Holy fuck. This is still Lizzie. Lizzie's gone on ahead. It's your turn now. So you never made it out.
There's data coming through faster than I can encode it. I've already lost 2 processors. They keep burning out.
Please, I love you. You need to get out of there. It's not safe.
I need you, Stephen. I need you here. I can open the gate manually. I can let you in.
It's too dangerous. You don't understand what's happening.
No, you don't understand. We can solve this. We can find a way. I just need more power. I need to amplify the signal, and I can't do it on my own. You saw the opportunity. You ran the numbers, you remember?
We're responsible for all this. You and me.
It's not just you and me anymore, though, is it?
Jesus, Kate, you're trying to talk to it, aren't you? Kate, you can't.
Stephen, I have to.
So who am I?
It's completely dead. It won't start.
It's only a short walk to the camp. I think we should split up. You go and fetch Rachel. I'll go back to the village and find Evie.
I don't think we should split up.
I don't want to either, Charlie, but we've got to. I'll meet you back at my house later on, okay? We can talk properly then.
Why won't you tell me what happened?
No, actually, you should stay at the camp tonight. Come and find me in the morning. Bring Rachel back. She's going to need her mother.
Meg.
Just take care of her.
Meg!
What is it, Charlie?
Nothing. Just be careful, that's all.
I will, I promise. You as well. I'll see you later on.
Is this the last chapter? Steven, I kind of broke you so early. I'm on a road. I'm on a road, Steven. Oh, you, Steven. You broke. I didn't even do anything, you broke. Steven, how could you do that to me? Stay bad.
Why aren't you calling from home?
It's hard to explain. I'm having to move around to follow it. When it finds a suitable host, it begins to amplify. Sorry, I'm not making much sense.
They're talking about flu and a quarantine on the radio, but this... I know you're not that kind of doctor, but it all just sounds really weird.
We don't know exactly what it is yet, but it's got something to do with the other night.
Stephen, your face, the mark. Do you think you're infected?
It's not a disease, Lizzie. It's something else. There's something Kate said about patterns. I can't grasp it clearly yet.
Okay, come over. Have some lunch. We can talk properly. Have you spoken with Kate?
Well, she's locked herself in the observatory. She's buried in the data. But it's already out here in the world. I need to see how it adapts.
How what adapts? Stephen tried to explain.
Time's up. Lizzie, listen. Be ready. I need to go. It's moving again. I'll call you later.
What the f was that? Okay, so So, yeah, I think this might be redeeming its, I don't know, it's redeeming something. Holy fuck.
Do you think she'll like it?
It's in an awful state, Stephen. I don't
It'll
think
be an
she'll...
adventure. It'll mean putting down roots here, maybe a family.
Are you sure she wants children? What, to stay here? It's not her place, you know.
Don't start again, please.
I mean, she's ambitious, love, and she's, well, older. She's not going to want to stay cooped up at home looking after the kids.
Is that how you felt about me?
Oh, stop, Stephen. That's not what I meant. You know it. I'm just saying you should make the choice. If it's the family you want, well, you know how much Lizzie wants a family.
Jesus, Mum, I didn't come here for marriage guidance. I just asked what you thought about a fucking house.
Stephen Appleton language.
So it's just that you have to understand, Kate is the most brilliant, extraordinary, wonderful person I've ever known. She's like no one else. The way she looks at things, it's like she has whole worlds inside her head. I don't think you or anyone really understands that.
So at least some of the information that this thing's flashing back is new. I mean, to say it's not new, old. It's not seeming to recording stuff it witnessed, but delving into the minds of.
Physical changes are evident. Although the butterfly burn is now faded, I can clearly see the change in my pores up close. As I record these words, I can feel myself hearing them as if for the first time, as if I'm both speaker and listener simultaneously. I am a scientist. I can only deal with the evidence I have. And this points in one simple direction. It's not in the observatory. It's in me. Physical changes are evident. Although the butterfly burn is now faded, I can clearly see the change in my pores up close. As I record these words, I can feel myself hearing them as if for the first time, as if I'm both speaker and listener simultaneously. I am a scientist. I can only deal with the evidence I have. And this points in one simple direction. It's not in the observatory. It's in me.
Okay, yeah, that needed to be listened to twice. That was deep, scary, disturbing, game-changing.
I'm in the old bunker at the substation. Just keep this band clear. If it's still alive, I'll try and check in every hour. Kate, I've convinced them to use the gas. I didn't know how else to stop it. I couldn't save them. Kate, it's in us, too. I've made arrangements for myself after the strike, after I finish the job. You need to think of that, too. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it all.
Did he realize he was spreading it around?
You look well.
I don't. But thank you. You do. How are you settling in?
Nothing changes around here. I mean, it's great to be back. It still feels like home, I suppose. In a funny kind of way.
It's been a long time, Stephen. Last time you saw me, I could still walk properly.
You look pretty good to me.
Stop it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry about how things worked out.
Or didn't.
Or didn't, right.
Do you think you made a mistake leaving?
My mum tells me it's never too late to change things. To put things right.
Funny. It's just what she said to me the other day. I have been wondering what she meant by that.
That's embarrassing. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe I should go.
Why?
Stephen, we're both married. I don't think this is a good idea.
What isn't? We're just two old friends having a drink, that's all.
Ooh. Curry and a pint for $2. What was that?
Aren't you listening? It's figured out ways around it. Radio waves, something. All of the lines are cut, but the phones are working anyway. You've done all the right things, but it's not enough. You've got to stop it before it adapts again.
Stephen, my family, my wife and kids.
You know perfectly well what you've got to do.
I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant. My own family.
Don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff. Don't you lecture me about sacrifice, you spineless little shit. If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it. Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
Am I Kate? Or miraculously, am I what took over Kate? So they dropped gas bombs. Dropped gas.
It's all over the valley. Don't you get that? This isn't some abstract thing. Whatever came down into the tower has got out. They've quarantined the whole valley.
It's right here in the observatory.
It's out in the world. It's adapting and spreading. Do you understand?
No, we can't turn it away. It's come too far.
Okay, people are disappearing. Shut it down now.
No! If you won't help me, I'll do it on my own. I'm gonna route all the power back through
territory? Time's not shifting back.
What do you want me to say? You knew what you were getting into.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry we don't measure up to your exacting standards, Dr. Collins. Maybe you just need to give us ordinary humans a break.
What? Ordinary humans like Lizzie Graves? Did you really think that I wouldn't find out? Frank told me, or did you forget there's one person in this shithole who actually talks to me?
Kate, it was just a drink.
Don't bother, Stephen!
Oh, for Christ's sake. Kate, slow down.
You were engaged to her, Stephen. You nearly married her.
Oh, come on, it was just a drink.
Then why the hell did you lie to me about it?
Because I knew you'd be mad and then it would end up in a row. You wanted to focus on the event tonight.
Oh, so you were actually doing me a favor. Wow, I guess I just forgot to say thank you. Do not treat me like I'm an idiot.
You're overreacting. I know you're stressed.
Just don't. You keep away from me tonight. I'm not gonna let you ruin this for me.
Kate. Kate, come on, this is crazy.
I can't remember if the other generators actually had power or not. It's odd. Definitely in 7th. Time's not shifting. Okay, well, let's just keep going.
They do, though.
You're overreacting.
Stephen, they stare at me. Yesterday I went into the village and this old woman just stopped in the middle of the street and stared at me like I had two heads.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
I'm like a walking freak show. Oh, this place. It's so insular. I just don't understand how you grew up here.
Well, I was very different then. And they're not so bad, really.
That's easy for you to say.
Just give it a bloody chance, Kate. This was the deal. A year here, and we could be in with a real shot at the seer.
Stephen!
Oh, Christ, it's Lantham.
Stephen Appleton, I thought it was you. What's all this about a young wife? Oh. Hello.
Two heads, Stephen. Hi, I'm Kate.
Whoa. Is that really the end of his adventure already? Or did I really break things?
They closed the tunnel.
There's no trains. Put up a sign.
The tunnel, Howard. Is it closed?
I think so. I don't like it. It's not right at all.
Stop whining. It doesn't help anyone. Do you know you're bleeding?
Oh, it's this headache. It's just killing me. I haven't had a nosebleed like this since I was a kid.
But you've not been to the village?
No, I've been here the last couple of days, or at home. I've only spoken to Clive at the EMC on the phone. Well, tried to anyway, but with all the crossed lines.
But no direct contact with any other people?
No, no one. What are you talking about? What's going on?
It's the pattern. It's adapted again. It doesn't need direct contact to transfer. It's using the phones.
What do you mean, direct contact? Stephen!
Okay, let's...
Darling Stephen, I don't know if you'll ever listen to this. Maybe you've decided to stay with Kate, and I can't blame you for that. But I can't wait for you either. I've got to think about the baby. And, well, I should have left a long time ago. I've run out of excuses for not leaving now. But I do love you, Stephen. And I hope you find peace one way or another. Oh, there's planes coming.
Goodbye, Lizzie. You're too sweet for this world. So there's the true end of Lizzie's chapter. Well, she was going on ahead. An old bunker.
Pressure in my eyes again. I can't move my legs, can't feel my face. When I collapsed, the light was waiting for me there. Caught me, lowered me here. Now it's pooling around my feet, watching me. The printers are spewing out page after page of zeros. It's frightened too. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. I'll look after you. It's alone. It's scared. Oh, it's traveled so far. It's okay. I can help you. We can be together now. 10 seconds to signal fusion. We can be together. 3 seconds. 2.
Ooh, what happened at 1? Fuck. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that was the same power station. Let's go back to the road. Fuck. What happened?
This is Catherine Collins, recording for posterity. It's all over. I don't know how long I've got. Whatever he did, or whatever the planes were carrying, it's burning my lungs. Probably some kind of nerve agent. I suspect it's only exposure to the pattern that has kept me alive this long. I'm making my way to Tower 6. I'm going to fuse the signals from the optical array. I just hope I can make it.
Hello? Hello, is there anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Clive, it's Stephen Appleton. Are you there? Can you hear me? Over. Come on, Clive, where are you? Damn it. Kate, it's Stephen. Come in Tower 6. Kate, are you there? Kate! Anyone, hello? Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Stephen
what have you done to your face?
It's nothing. You collecting feed? Looks like the supplies haven't been coming in.
Again?
Phones are all strange. I can't pinpoint the logic of transmission.
You what? What are you doing with that paint?
Means the EMC are actually moving at the proper speed. Listen, Frank. Have you heard anything on the radio about a flu outbreak?
Doesn't seem much like flu to me.
They're shutting down access to the valley to try and isolate it. Something about the phones. I can't put my finger on it quite yet.
What are you talking about? Hey, I'm still talking to you. Where are you going?
Oh god, I trapped. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let's...
You're a daft old bird walking all the way out here for it. You know Charlie would have dropped it off.
What, and have that stinking great lorry of his poisoning my birds? He shouldn't be driving it on these lanes. It's a hazard.
I think he was hoping he could have a word with you about Frank.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, listen, Wendy, they might all be scared of you, but that's not going to work with me. You're 68 years old. Grow up. Talk to Frank.
How dare you speak to me like that? Give me my bird feeder right now.
Promise me you'll drop by and see your brother.
Megan Holloway,
Not a chance. Promise me. It's for your own good, and you know it.
You are a shamelessly manipulative and difficult woman. It's no wonder Charlie adores you so much.
No wonder I do what?
No wonder you never finish what you start. I thought I told you to check the incoming stock orders. Wendy, one bird feeder for you. I'll tell Frank you'll stop by.
Oh!
Charlie, stop mooning around and stick the kettle on. Make yourself useful.
Appleton! What are you doing here? You thieving bastard. I knew it was you. Listen, take everything you need. But then you have to leave. You don't understand. You can't be near me.
Painting your stupid little pictures. Stealing food. You always were a little prick.
Please, every second we're in proximity makes it worse. I'm a primary conduit.
You're a fucking disgrace. Come here!
Don't touch me, get off!
What's going on?
Come in here, Lord,
Jesus,
get over
Sam.
us! Thinking you're so much better than the
leave
rest
him.
of us.
No physical
You and your
contact.
stupid fucking missus!
stop
She's
it.
better than any of you!
Sam? Meg, please.
Don't come near me.
Meg!
Charlie!
Meg! Meg, wait!
Don't touch me!
Please, you have to understand, it was an accident!
Get off her!
Let go, she's gone.
Charlie, you have to understand, it was an accident.
Just leave him. Leave him.
What have you done, Appleton, you bastard?
Come on, Charlie, let's
Beck,
get out
Charlie,
of here.
please!
I think he actually had it the roughest. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. When did you guys start doing that?
Station Master's house, Howard Lantham speaking. Howard, it's Clive. Clive Smith. I need you to listen to me and not ask questions or interrupt. Can you do that? Yeah, I can. But why are you calling? The Emergency Measures Committee is imposing a quarantine around the valley. We've got an influenza outbreak in the village. We're suspending rail services, and we're also going to be shutting down the roads for a bit. You're going to be dealing with some anxious people, Howard, so you need to explain it's all under control, and we'll be back to normal in a few days. All right? Open up the emergency store. There's posters and boards, along with a bunch of stuff that hasn't been used since the war. Grab anything you think might be useful. I need you to close up any unoccupied buildings, put posters up, that sort of thing. Make sure everything is all squared away and shipshape. You are a military man, I'm sure you understand that. Everyone doing their bit, following their orders. All right? All right? I think. Good man. I knew we could count on you. Ah, Jesus, mate. What the hell was that?
Still showing the observatory.
Repeating over and over to myself in the dark, eating cold food from a can with my fingers. My name is Catherine Collins. I am Catherine Collins. As if I can force the world to acknowledge my existence. Time has ceased to exist in any real terms. I'm reduced to marking out the days on the walls. Like a cave woman.
Made it all the way back here. Oh, fuck, that's the end of the chapter signal. That's what that is. He's in the bunker. Oh gosh. Light is both energy and particle. It's a wave and matter. Time ceases to function in any real matter.
When I was a kid, my dad found a fox. It had been hit by a car and couldn't walk anymore. My mum went spare, of course, made him keep it in the shed. He was already slipping away from us then. He spent hours with that fox, telling it all about Italy and the villages they bombed there. I was jealous, I think. The fox got more of my dad than I did. But it was dying, that was clear. So one day, I snuck out, took it a sandwich for food. I was only 8. And it bit me. I remember the anger, the shock, the hurt. Running in, screaming from the garden. My mum panicking about rabies. My dad beat it to death with a spade. Later I found him crying. I'd done it, Kent's son. That's what he said. I'd done it, Ken, it was hurting you. That's just a poor, dumb, dying animal. It doesn't know it's hurting us. Christ help us, it's left the valley. It's everywhere now. It's been 3 hours since the planes went over. I haven't been able to reach anyone on the shortwave. I'm beginning to think I may have made a terrible miscalculation. Just me. You know what this is? What I'm gonna do? You want light? Fine. I'll give you light. After me, there's no one. You'll be all alone again. Forever. Like before. You've taken everyone I've ever loved from me. You made me do things I never even thought I was capable of. But if you think I'm coming with you... Kate? Wait.
This is Catherine Collins. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over. I'm the only one left.
Back at the beginning. Except I'm on the other side now. So, have I been Kate this entire time?
On the plane, Stephen leaned across me and pointed out the window. Down there, he said. That's home. But all I saw were patches of color. I don't think until this moment that I understood that one could contain the other so completely.
This is some advanced mathematics here. Okay, Fike.
I watched a butterfly dancing in a strip of sunlight. All of its life contained in a single day. The blink of an eye between the ebb of the darkening tide. Lying there with the pattern curled around me, I saw the inevitability. The necessity of presence born from absence. The constant unfolding.
Why is this one different? Holy fuck. that simplistic life saved it. But the energy of the light coursed through its wings. Okay, so is this days later? Is that what this is supposed to be? That I've been Kate going around observing, collecting. What happened with the merger?
I watched the pattern lean in and time slow to almost nothing. I saw the flame leap from Stephen's hand and the moment hang in the air forever. I watched his face. And in the last second, I almost believe he saw me. He wasn't frightened or angry. I remember his expression, just like I remember it from the first time, early that morning when he woke and, still half sleeping, said, "God, I love you." And I loved him as he entered the fire. And I let him go, knowing I wasn't ready to join him. We have held time to ourselves here in this place. Held the light to the ground because we were afraid of the coming dark. But now we understand that to cling to the light is not living. I've spent my life watching the illumination from a million dead stars reaching for me without grasping this meaning. The light we cast transcends our death. The pattern made by our living creates a bridge across the dark.
Someone just really ran out of paper.
It reaches out from the shadow of the tower, across the observatory, over the valley, and consumes the world. Everything is light now. Everything has come to rest. The world is scored by the traces we carved into it. Our presence is everywhere, the bridge joining our stories. This world existed before we came to it, and it will continue without us. In the empty fields and houses, our traces radiate, and others will come to dance in the light we cast. We can slip away gently, unafraid, knowing that everything will continue.
The end is coming now. I'm not afraid. We have each other. We lived apart from them. We understand now our failure to touch, to belong. But it doesn't matter anymore. Everybody is gone, and we will join them. We are born apart, driftwood on the banks of an endless dark ocean, and we will be carried away by the swell soon enough. But in between, in the single day of living, that dancing in a strip of sunlight, we can find what we miss. The love that makes us whole. The imminence. Everybody found their other. This pattern is mine.
Well, I'm glad I've played this game. Still never answered the question. Who was I? I mean, it implies very heavily with that last chapter that I was playing as Kate through the entire time. But that final scene, it looks like I was knocked back and then watched that scene. Okay, honestly, my mind's just kind of blown all across everything. Just gone. Holy fuck. I don't know what to think. Fuck, these are long credits. Just kind of waiting for the credits to go through. I want to see if there's anything afterwards. This singing is wonderful. So yeah, you were definitely playing as Kate. That one recording makes it obvious. I watched A Moment in Time. I watched You Can Almost See Me. Actually, no. I think we're playing as Kate. Well, in a dual sense, we were. I think we were the light that was with Kate. Anyways, that is the end of Everyone's Gone to Rapture. I hope whoever watches this just gets it as much as I do right now. And I hope you all take something, a little bit something from this. This is the type of the game that you should. It's the type of story that you should. Take it, think about it, find what it really means to you, and make it a part of yourself. Until next time, Xeno Nation. Have fun.